Hello friends, welcome back to the new tutorial of the Node.js. In this series, we are going to learn about the authentication system in the Node.js. So we are going to learn login, register, how to validate the email, forgot password and the reset password. These five things we are going to learn in this video, so bear with me. Those who haven't subscribed my channel yet, please to subscribe my channel, and if you like the video, please to like, share and comment on my video. So today we are going to learn about the registration process, which is the first step, right? So what we have to do for the registration process, let's have a look on that. So the folder structure, models, okay, where we have the users.js model, where we have the fields like name, email, password, date, validate email token. Okay, so validate email token is basically when we try to send the email while registration, we have to validate that email is correct or not. Reset password token for the password reset, and the reset password expires when it's gonna be expired. So this is basically, you can see that the schema or model of that table, right? So here you need to export that one, right? So this file, I think you clear on that. Okay, so you have to create a folder models and users.model. Okay, then we have a routes, then we have a validations, app.js and db.js. So first we go with the app.js. Okay, so here which package we are using, that is body parser. If you want to use the express wait limit, so you can use, otherwise you can skip this one, because basically it's handle the request like per windows, how many requests and each IP can send. So that we are using. So I will give you the brief explanation in the later videos. This is the course. If you want to, if there is any third party integration, so you can use the course. Otherwise, this can be omitted. Express you need to install. Okay, Mongoose, that is for the DB connection. So here we have do the DB connection. So here we go with this DB. So here you can see that we require Mongoose let DB. This is my connection string, and here we are doing the connection process of that MongoDB, which we have already talked about too much in the later videos, right? So we had to know that Mongoose connect DB. So DB is basically your connection string. Then pass this one. If it is error, then console that error. Otherwise, once open MongoDB connection successfully connected. You can see that here MongoDB connection successfully connected, right? So this is that way. Okay, so connection we have established, app.js, right? So here we have the routes path for the API user. So we in the route section we have created the routes, that is login, register, validate, forget password, reset password, and that's all the data will be linked to the functions. So here we have the post for the registration, validate, login, and forget, and reset password. Then export this router. Okay, so in the app.js file, okay, so this is the users, then we have a rate limiter, then we use the body parser for the form data. Okay, then this is the route for the API users, API slash users, and the slash login slash forward password that we have to create. Then we are listening to the server to this 4000 port. Okay, so this is the app.js, db.js done. Then we have a routes which is done. Now we are going with the functions. Okay, so which is register, right? So here we go with the users, then we have a register, and this is my register function. Okay, so first we have to use all this crypto by crypt, JSON web token, node mailer. So you need to require all this npm packages. This is basically the keys that we have to configure or environment variables, right? Next, we have the validate. So basically these are the validations. So we are using the register validation. So we will work on the registration first. Okay, so this is model that is required. So let's check out the register part, which we are looking to it, right? So first, that is we required and response. So here we require the body, and whatever the body is going on, it has to validate the validate register input. So what exactly it is? So it is basically data.name, email, password, and the password or confirm password, right? So first is check is not empty. Okay, then we are going to take that one. Otherwise connections, otherwise blank string, right? Next, VR validator is empty data name. Okay, if it is empty, then make it name is field is required. If the data email is field is required. If it is not valid, then make it email is invalid, right? So you need to use the validator. Okay, next check, that is password, and the length check of that one should be must 6 characters. Then we have to validate the another password too, for that data strings are matching or not. If it is not matching, then we will show him the error that passwords must match, right? Otherwise we return all the errors with the is valid is empty errors. Okay, so this is the validations, like whether the data is empty or not empty. So you can validate here, right? All the things, email name, password, and the confirm password, all the validation is done over here, right? So moving to the next. Okay, after the validation, if not, so that we are going to response.status 400 and with the errors if it is not valid. Okay, so whatever the errors is coming from here, we will return that errors. If it is not, then we will check first whether the email exists in our database or not. If it is not registered, then we we will add that user, else we will throw error over here, email already exists. Okay, so here how we are going to save the data. So name, email, password, and validated first is false, because first time we are not validating the email, right? So when we send the email to their account, then this validated gonna be true in that case when the user validate that email. Okay, so here we are using a bycrypt for the hash passwords. So here we are hashing the passwords. If it is error, then it's showing the bycrypt hashing error, else there was a problem, we please try again later. Otherwise we are saving the data in the password with the hash random string we are generating, and save that into the validate email token so that we can validate that email verification. Then we will save that user and send the email. So here we have the email parameters. Okay, so make sure that all the parameters should be there, right? And this is basically the content of the email that you are receiving. Email validation is required. We are setting the keys of the email. Let me word wrap this. Okay, so email options are there. So here I'm just sending the validation code. Okay, after that we are going to send the mail function, and new user registered successfully, please validate your email before trying to log in. Otherwise, is there any error? Send mail error, validation email could not be sent, please try again later. Okay, and the last if mongodb new user save error, otherwise if there was a problem, please try again later. So all the neat and the clean, you can say that all the validations, all the things are done like this way. Okay, so let's try to run via postman. Okay, so here we have the postman. So here we have the api right, api endpoint, users. Okay, API users, let me go and check the app.js. So it's API users, and here we have the routes. So go with this one, and here we have a register. Okay, so copy this and add this on in our postman. Okay, so it's a post request, and we have to add the body. So name, here I will add the mail. So Rajni 12 at the rate mailinator.com. Okay, and okay, name, email, password, and confirm password. Let me check the keyword. In the models we get to know about this user.js. So we have the password, right? So let me check whether it's to be a password too in the functions. So I think it's password too, right? So here we have the validator required or data password 2. Copy this and add into our here. So here we go with the password 2. Right, if I go and write a wrong password over here, like suppose. Okay, so I will put at the rate and try to send. That means password mismatch, right? So let's send. Password must match. And if I go and just remove this one, what happened? Email field is required. Okay, so these are the validations that is required. If I remove the name email, so it will throw in that error, right? Control Z, remove this one, and send this one. Rajni 12, new user is successfully, please validate your email. Okay, so next time we have to validate that one. So let me check whether the mail goes or not. So Rajni 12, we have to go and check the mailinator. So here we have Rajni 12. Okay, here you can see that email validation is required, and here we have the link and the token. Okay, so we will check into the next video what exactly it is. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and comment on my video, and you can see that we have already created that user in the RoboMongo. Here you can see that user is created, right? So let me check the React project. So here we have collections, here we have a user, so here we have Rajni 12 whether validated, but still validated is false. Next time we are going to check this one whether when we validate the email. Any doubt, any query in that, let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.